When we talk about different graft diameters, there are many different purposes. It may be refractive, technical, the modalities involved in the technique. But I will be especially in the important size in DALK for keratoconus. Why? Late ectasia after PK in keratoconus is showing recently an unexpected increase in occurrence. We talked about this in the last year meeting here in Caserta. Since with conventional PK diameters, late ectasia is very possible. In DALK with conventional diameter, this occurrence might also occur. We are talking conventional for DALK under 8.5. Questions. This is the purpose of this. Late ectasia following conventional DALK diameters is a possible frequent future complication. Large diameter DALK have the same tendency. We are very fond of large diameter grafts since 1964. Since 1964, we're talking about large lamellar grafts, 9.5 up to 11, and some technical details to be discussed. The answer is yes. You see a case here that has been performed elsewhere by a very good surgeon, and you see the bulging of the cornea, the ectasia, following a big bubble procedure that in this case, he was made with the mushroom modality, so you can see the two trifine marks, but this was a big bubble technique. And you see the beginning already from the ectasia. You see in the early ectasia visible at the scar elongation at the 8 millimeters mark. You see the bulging of the ectasia very easily, and as well as you can see on the OCT down in the left, the modality of the mushroom technique that has been performed elsewhere and very well done. 14 diopters early astigmatism. Large diameter DALK have same tendency. According to our over 50 years experience, no late ectasia were observed with a long personal follow-up. Let's see some cases. On the left you have a case that has a penetrating graft done in 1978, and there is already an ectasia. On the other eye, lamellar graft, large lamellar graft, performed 8 years early, and no ectasia in 2014. Even in cases where PK was done over large diameter previous DALK, this condition seems to prevent late PK ectasias in the long run, probably due to the real corneal restructuring. Let's see a case. This is a case I've done 30 years ago, a penetrating graft, and you see the ectasia at the scar. And the other eye, I performed a lamellar graft, 10 millimeters diameters, and because of some scarring, this person had a PK done over the lamellar graft. No ectasia. So if prevention is possible, the answer is yes. We have yet to see late ectasia following large lamellar graft. I'm speaking again about 9.5 to 11 millimeters diameter. This is another case done 53 years ago. A lamellar graft and then a PK over the lamellar graft. Both were done in the same year also because at that time we made lamellar in almost every case, even if they had some scarring, posterior scarring. So this patient had not a good initial result, visual result, so we made a PK on the same year. The other eye of the same patient has only a lamellar graft performed 45 years ago, and there is no ectasia. And I have many cases to be shown in this direction. We are proposing from many years the DALK-assisted pre-disseminatic peeling off large diameter graft. This provides smooth, regular resections with similar visual acuity to other popular modalities. Very low regular K readings from the very beginning, and no penetrations and no pseudo-anterior postoperative dislocation of the deciment. This smooth interface is why we have a very good visual acuity. The smooth house-corner interface can be demonstrated very easily with the OCT, and the interface is entirely, routinely and spontaneously obtained due to that no cutting instruments are used on the peeling off maneuver. See, this is one of the cases. This is the most important step in the technique. We start making a scratch incision, looking for two reference points. One, the devoid of the small little bubbles in the stroma, and that we can see the bubbles of the anterior chamber in a dark background. This is the most important part of the procedure. And then we start only pushing the tissue, not cutting, just pushing the tissue during the peeling off maneuver. That's why it works. There's no jerky movements going with pulling and releasing. It's a continuous thing as a follow-up when you play tennis or you play golf. Follow-up after hitting, you just go on. You don't come again. You have to go on slowly, just pushing the whole thing. This is the way it looks. Conclusions. DALK with conventional size graft up to 8.5 have also the risk of late ectasia. Large diameter DALK have no tendency of late ectasia and even prevents its occurrence when a PK is made over it. And the large diameter pre-disseminatic DALK have very good visual results and refractive as well. Thank you.